in my hand. I was going to ask Jeff. I'm going to ask Jeff to hand out paper for anyone who wants to take notes. Here is some note paper for you. Got lots of text for you today, okay? So anyone who wants paper.
Good morning, boys and girls. I'm going to tell you a story that's titled, Doing the Dirty Work. This is found in John chapter 13, verses 1 through 16. I know you know this. You've probably heard this before. But it's a story about, it was time for Passover, and Jesus asked Peter and John if they had gotten ready for the Passover feast. Well, they hadn't done that yet. So Jesus told them to find a man in the city that had a water vessel, and he would carry it into the house, and you follow that guy into the house, and you ask the owner of that house for a place for the master, because this was right before what we call Easter here in our day. We say Easter, but this is called Passover, and it would be on the second floor. And do you know, they did what he said, and that's what happened. They had this place on the second floor, and Peter and John made the arrangements, got the feast ready, but they forgot one thing. They did not get a servant. Back in those days, they wore sandals. We wear shoes and socks, so our feet don't get dirty. But back in those days, they wore sandals and they walked for miles to go where they needed to in the dirt. So when they went into a house, there would be a servant there to wash their feet. Well, they didn't prepare for that, and none of the disciples wanted to do it because they were debating among themselves who was going to be sitting on Jesus' left and right hand sides in his kingdom. So Jesus went and got a basin, and he wrapped a towel around his waist, and he started washing their feet, one at a time, the disciples. When he came to Peter, Peter said, "No, Lord, you shouldn't wash my feet. I should be washing your feet." And Jesus said to Peter, "If I don't do this, you cannot have part with me." So Peter said, "Wash my feet, wash my hands, and wash my head." He wanted to wash his whole body. But Jesus said, "I have done this as an example to you. You are all equal. A servant is the same as a master. Be humble and kind with each other. When you serve others, you will find joy in your heart. Do you like to take the garbage out? Or do you like to wipe up the bathroom floor? Does anybody here like to take the garbage out? You like to take the garbage out? Well, that's a dirty job, ain't it? Because, you know, you got all that yucky stuff in there and trash and that. But that's a good thing that someone has to do that, don't they? Just like, you know, you take baths in the bathroom and you got to wash the floor because it gets dirty and gets wet from all the water and soap and stuff. So that's a good thing to wash the bathroom floor. How would you like to wash your friend's feet? How would you like to do that? We do that, don't we? When we have communion, we wash each other's feet, don't we? That's being humble. Okay, Jesus didn't just tell us to do the humble chores. He showed us how. He is our greatest example. I want to be like Jesus, don't you? We want to do whatever is necessary, don't we? I have something here. I'll give one to each family. I think we have enough to go around. in James 4:6, it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. So we need to put this on our refrigerator and remember that we need to be humble and do what God asks us to do.
Yes.
There you go. Awesome. I think we may have a little extra over here. One for Sabrina. One for awesome. Okay, thank you. You can go back to your seats. Just remember to be humble.